Hey guys, welcome back to the Dion Gaming channel. This video is basically for a duo surprised. Let me just go right ahead and put this up here so you guys can see. A long time ago, during the 2019 4 of 9, which is April 9, I met a person, and as you see, this is Boom. This is the title. This is the same one. Boom. It's just that I can't show you my personal information and stuff like that. So again, 4/9/2019 is where I met this guy who had this type of build. Now this type of build is usually a dual build and an arena build. However, I wanted to alternate this build because it came close to killing a healer. I wanted to alternate this build with a friend for 2v2 Hellgate. So I'll explain what this build it can do and can offer you if you are doing Hellgate. So for Hellgate, you're basically going to be able to finish one of your opponents, and then after that, you may have to actually back up a bit, or maybe your opponent's going to back up a bit or something like that, and then you have to do the same combo to your second opponent. However, I'm pretty sure when they see two of you versus one, you'll probably start running and freaking out anyway, so you should be safe, or one of you is going to be able to finish him and such and such. So again, it will use as per deathgiver. You can actually alternate and see if you want to use the demon helm or the assassin hood. If something bad happens, it's not going to use the Spectre jacket. It will use the Hellium shoes, and it's not going to use the Keeper cape. Now, my guess is if something really bad happens, if you fuck up basically, I would prefer the undead cape, so that way you can use all your abilities when you are invisibility, or run a little bit back before you can get all your cooldowns to use this ability again, so that you have no chance to win. That's my preference. But however, you can actually alternate this build that I'm going to give it to you into anything you want. You can make it like a different Morgana cake, or something else that you want to use, like a DPS with the little tornado, something like that. You can even use that, or the one that's like flame in the bottom as soon as you attack a person or something like that. You can use that one if you want to. However, that's up to you. However, the only thing that you really have to keep is the builds that I actually tell you, not the spectre chest. The weapon, the chest, the boots has to be what I tell you. The cape can be your choice. The helm can be your choice, but I do advise either demon helm or the assassin hood. Now let's actually get right into this. So I'm going to put this in face value camera, and this is supposed to be like a burst build between you and your friend. Now again, this build was actually made in April 4th of the April 4th 4th of the 9th is April 9th, sorry, April 9th around 5 a.m. I made this build, but I never made videos during that time. So this build is something that me and Megas was actually using in the arena to actually test. I actually didn't use this specific build to test, but he would test the build on me in the like 1v1 duel and stuff like that, and then maybe in the arena he would test this build. But however, I used this build someplace outside just to test with PvP. It was great, but I prefer to be a druid healer, which you can't kill me and stuff like that unless you follow my guide on how to kill the healer. Okay, so this is what's going to happen. You're going to be using the deathgivers. You're going to be using the assassin jacket, and you're going to be using the Hellion shoes. And if you want, you can use the assassin hood or the other one, which is the demon helm. One more time, I'm gonna say this. I do not know your name, whoever inspired me to this build. The guy who had this. If you're there out there and you battle me, you know who I am, Caratian. I was a druid healer. I give you thanks because you inspired me to actually do this back at 5 a.m. in the morning when I battle you at 1:46 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so other than that, your partner should use the same build, but he's actually just going to use bloodletter. Now from there, he can choose what offense he wants. He can go, for example, more damage. He can go for Muizak if he wants. He can go for the shield. I forgot which one is the... What's this one? No, not that one. You can go for the shield. That's somewhere down here, but he can go for horn if he wants to get cooldown. No crip. I don't like crip. Defense player, hell no. That or the shield, which is supposed to be around here, because I never used it, but it's up to you to use whatever offhand you want. So you can use one of these shield that has against defense player if you want to battle that way. However, if you want to finish your opponent faster, I think Muizak is the best. So again, also I want to show you my specs into this. No, I don't have spec into leather. No, I don't have spec into daggers. I have nothing, you know. So I'm brand fresh new. So what you're going to be doing is you and your friend, You and your friend have to time this right, and when you do, you're going to be dealing 93% damage if you're using the Helium boots. If you're using the Spectre boots, you're actually not going to be dealing 90% damage. You're basically going to be dealing, I think it would be 58% damage, but not 93% damage. So to give you a simple math, if I were to use 522 at this point, right? If I use 522 as a mathematical, and I'm actually going to go ahead and put it right here. If I use 522 and I times it by 1.93, which is the amount of damage that you're going to be receiving, then you're dealing 1,007, right? So I'm actually make sure it's actually cool. Let me just make sure. Actually, what is it? I'm sorry. It's a 193? 122. 522 times 1.93. You'll be doing that many damage. Obviously, please understand, cluster reduction does nerf you. So if you go to red zone, it's going to be much higher the damage that you're going to be dealing to your opponent. Then you have your bloodletter. Again, as you see, this one actually has an item, only 2 cluster reduction, so it's fine. So when you're doing the execute, it will be 859, which has to be at 40%. Your opponent has to be at 40% to do this. And then you times it by 193. And then you got yourself 1,057 damage. So you're both going to be using the Assassin Spirit. You both should be using either Shadow Edge to keep him stunned, like you use Shadow Edge later after you use your combo. You use Shadow Edge. I can't. I'm way too high, too low level. I just literally spend about 8 mils just so I can. 800,000 just so I can get this level to 15, so I can use Assassin Spirit to show you guys. You can use Change Strike, which is even more damage, as you see over here. You continue jumping and close to the enemy 4 times, dealing 318 physical damage to each enemy. So if you want to burst your opponent, Change Slash. If you want to stun your opponent in case he's trying to run away or anything like that, Shadow Edge. So actually, let's get into this, and I'm going to show you the order that you're supposed to be using this. You're supposed to use Assassin Spirit. As soon as the stack hits 2, you automatically use Ambush, because again, Assassin Spirit has a time cooldown. After you use that, you use the Mark of Sacrifice, and that will be your 93% damage dealing to your opponent. And the reason why I tell you to do this instantly, for your Assassin Spirit to use it instantly, is because you're going to still have the 3 stacks with the Ghost Strike. If you read it, you have 3 Sunder Armor charges on the enemy, on 3 Assassin Spirit charges on yourself. The charges are consumed, and the ability can be used again immediately. Wow, that's actually awesome. So again, the Ghost Strike deals about 522 to damage. After the attack, you become invisible to the other players, and your subsequent energy costs are reduced by 50% for 3 seconds. I just use it instantly, obviously, so this probably might not work unless you're being very careful. I use it instantly just to do all the damage to my opponent, use execute, and finish off the monster. So what I want, actually, I know there's a monster all the way to the right side. He's very lonely. This guy has partner. I want to use it to that type of monster who also has high HP, because he has about 2,700 HP. This one is right here. So I want to do it on him. So I'm going to wait for my cooldown and watch. First, obviously I don't have it. I have to use Forbidden Step, sadly, but whatever. The first thing you're going to be doing is... Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's 400 something. I'll use it. Alright, here it comes. Assassin Spirit. Automatically use Ambush. Now look up onto the top left side. You want that at 10 stacks. Now, use Helium Boots. Once you appear, instantly use your E, and he's already at that much. You see that? Then later on, you can do your body should be able to execute. So keep a looking eye. That guy has a 1 bar and half a health, right? So let's go over here. Use D real quickly so we can lower our cooldown. There we go. Nicely done. So now we're actually going to wait a little bit more for the ambush. And the reason I like the Demon Helm is because during all this time, the player can't do anything. He just has to run away and he gets fucked. So that's a great time. Though you can use potions during the silence because it has been nerfed. You can use potions during silence. He still won't be able to actually escape that. So again, one more time. Assassin Spirit, ambush. Wait for his 10 stacks. Now. And there it is. During this time, I fucked up a bit, and now he has 2 HP. So again, you have to be very careful when using this ability. Actually, get this back. The cool note is that if you use the meditation, you can literally go ahead and start using this ability after you use obviously the Hellion boots. We calculate this, and we're not using Moizak. Again, we're not using food that increases our damage. This is just base damage, so you can understand the mechanics. And basically, we're going to be using with this, and we're only going to be using dash. Now, remember, it's not going to deal 40% damage because it's not below 40%, but I will try to put him below 40% at one point, just so you can see the amount of damage it will deal to the boss. Again, I'm just going to do something with it. It's going to get dealt 399 because it's not going to deal it's not going to be below 40%. So above 40% is going to be 399. Watch the HP. We're going to do it again. 1 ambush. Stack it, stack it, stack it, stack it, stack it, stack it, stack 10 boots. There it is. How much HP he has? I gotta close up, baby. I gotta close up. There you go. The boss has. I mean, we'll stop moving. Yeah, he's at 1.5 bars. That's when you execute him, and that was enough. 399, and then he's below that. Yeah, he definitely would die. Pretty much the build. You do this. Your partner does it too, and by the time you and the Hellion boots mark a sacrifice together. When you both come out, he's gonna deal his damage, and your friend is gonna execute. Done. One person done. Now, actually, we didn't cover the Spectre boots, so we kind of wanted to cover that again. I do have. Oh, thank God! I actually do have it. I do have my Olympic Heartscape. So again, for far away, you saw someone over here from very far away, and you want to use the combo again. When you have to use the ability, you have to cancel this off. So you have to do these very, very fast. So again, when I'm using this, the first thing you want to do is stack the first one and then use the second one. So again, I'm going to stack this one and then use the thing. Again, during that time, I'm still using the other ability. Cancel it, use ambush so that they don't see you. See? And once it stack up to 8, you'll use the ability on him. And then again, your body is going to execute him during that time. Obviously, you're going to have more damage because you're going to use your W. But one more time. F. Get to your opponent's who is very far away. Cancel it and use your ambush. So now your invisibility. And then when you get to 8 stack. Look at that. They're like, what the fuck just happened? The dude probably didn't know that I just pretty much did that to destroy. Anyway, once you do those 2 combos, your friend who is the bloodletter, he will come in and he will do a lunge. And that's it. He would do a lunge. But as well, try to get to the point that you can actually use Shadow Edge, or if you want to quickly finish them, Chain Slash. Sorry that I can't use it. I am low spec and low tier. Look at this. I'm literally like level 15. I was level 1. I just spent 800,000 to buy my gear and to buy the Insight Tome to get me this level. So I think the thing is holy crap. I think it's 80, like literally level 85, and this one is what, level 70? God goodness gracious. Thank God that even though I can't use it, I can still use Forbidden Staff. I can do some damage at least. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think about the video. Tell me what you think about the build, and hopefully it works for you. I'm gonna see if I can actually find someone to actually do this on, though. I'm sorry, I had way too much I gotta stop playing this fucking game before I get too much fun and start playing it again. So that was literally hell of a fun to do against these guys. Again, if I put some spec into it, if I use food buff and everything, and use the right potions and stuff like that, those guys can really die like nothing. So what happens is, as you saw, I was just bitch slapping them like right above, outside their head, and they look around, they're like, where did that came from? Where did that came from? It was so much fun. Again, you can use 2 death givers if you want to have fun, or you can use the death giver and the bloodletter, and the bloodletter executes the other player. But if you use 2 death giver and you saw that kind of damage, and it means half and half, then that means you can finish a player, just both of you doing the same thing at the same time. You can just one-shot a player together, and then you become invisible, so the other players can't touch you during that time, giving you enough time to go back and use your what is it, assassin hood, and then after you like get all your abilities back, you do it again to the second players in the second player who's running away in Hellgate and fuck him up as well. However, that was way too much fun for that. I have so many videos to make, but as I swear, I gotta be careful not to have too much fun in this shit.